Thank you so much, and welcome, and thank you everybody for coming out to the Rich Michelson Gallery here in Northampton, Massachusetts. It's my second time to the gallery, and I've got to say, Rich, you have just one of the most beautiful galleries that I've seen, and I work with a lot of them across the United States. Appreciate you coming out and supporting the arts, and you know, a lot of times these days school budgets are getting cut, museum funding is getting cut, and it's great that you're here to help support the arts. You know, pick out a favorite piece to take home with you while you're here and help support the gallery and help support the arts. So we're here to celebrate the Dr. Seuss, Hats Off to Dr. Seuss exhibition that this is the second year that it's been traveling now. It's a traveling exhibition that's making its only stop here actually in Massachusetts. The reason we got the collection together was to celebrate the 75th anniversary of Dr. Seuss's second book called The 500 Hats of Bartholomew Cubbins. And we were approached to, try and do something to celebrate that 75th anniversary. And we were trying to think of what exactly it was that we could do. And when one of the times a couple of years ago that we were in Seuss's house working with Audrey Geisel, his widow, on a project that we embarked on, she led us through her living room and into this, what was a little bit of a secret room that we had no idea existed. And there's a great photograph of that here on this particular banner bug of a bookcase with a door that swings open. And she brought us back into this closet that we now call the hat closet. But in this closet were about 50 different works of art that virtually nobody had seen, and we were untouched for about 20 years since he had passed away in 1991. So we were just thrilled, and of course we love these new images that we've created as some limited edition pieces. But we've always kept in mind about this hat closet and all of these incredible hats, and we knew that he collected hats throughout his lifetime, starting with a few and up through the 1930s where he collected hundreds of different hats. And so when they came to us to do something to help promote the 75th anniversary of this important book, we thought, you know what, if we could have access to some of these hats, put them on tour, I bet you our galleries, museums, and the collecting public that loves the art of Dr. Seuss would just love to come out and see these hats. And we just sort of put it out there just to see, maybe they would go for it, because the truth is we've been wanting original materials and something original of his to bring to our galleries for the longest time. We've been working with the art of Dr. Seuss now for, over 15 years. And about a couple of months worth of conversation, and it was determined that, yeah, we can go ahead and take some of these hats and figure out a great way to bring them out to people so they can see. And so we fashioned this great steamer trunk with over 20 of his hats that he wore, that he owned in his collection from the secret closet that we were able to bring out for people to enjoy. So it's been a thrill for us to be able to do this because it marks the very first time that original materials from Audrey's house, from his house, have been able to be on tour like this for people to not collect, but for people to see and enjoy. And it's just been a real thrill for us. And what we do is we create these limited editions that you see here that are adapted from his original paintings, sculptures, and drawings that he did over a 60-year creative span of him creating his artwork. So the hats, to me, really shows a little bit more of a personal aspect of who he really was, because you have, the public persona of Dr. Seuss from The Cat in the Hat and Green Eggs and Ham and Horton and all those great characters and great stories. And then you have the kind of the private side through his midnight paintings that he created throughout his lifetime that we have here in the gallery, but nothing ever original and personal. So we've been able to bring that out, and hopefully you all get a chance to see them and enjoy them for yourself. The one thing that people always want to know is, what came first, some of his hats or some of the artwork? And a lot of times, like, with the 500 Hats of Bartholomew Cubbins, the second book that he wrote in 1938, inside the closet you'll see the original hat there from the 500 Hats of Bartholomew Cubbins. There's the famous red and white stripe stovepipe hat that's in there. That's probably the most famous hat in the world. We're not exactly sure if that hat came first or if the Cat in the Hat wearing that hat came first, but it's just really such a beautiful and wonderful artifact to see.